Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to my first Escape from Tarkov video. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of my favorite builds along with the best ergo and recoil builds of the wipe. We will only be covering meta builds, which can be a little pricey, so if you want a budget build video, I'll be making one next week. If you're watching this video in the future, the link will be down in the comments below. Let's begin with one of my favorite guns this wipe, the AK-103.
Alright, here we have the 103. First we're going to start with the PT lock for the PT3. I usually run this since it is a meta gun. We're going to remove this iron sight and then add the bastion, the Troy combo, and an RK2. Then we're gonna do the JMac. And this gun really slaps. With this gun, I like to run the JP30 with a TAC 30 sight and a delta point on top. This works really good at long range. Believe it or not, the 7.62 AK does pretty well at long distance. So this is a really good gun for like shoreline, any longer range maps, and it also does pretty good on reserve too. I really like it on reserve. Okay, next up is the AK-104. This is personally my favorite gun. I love running this. So we're gonna start with the ergo build. The ergo you can get to almost 100. We're gonna run the RPK 16 tube and GL core. If you don't care so much about the ergo, it's gonna be pretty high regardless. You could run the MOE and you'll get a little better recoil. So it's at 102 right now. If you add that and then if you put the GL core back on, it's 113. So this stock right here makes it a little more snappy though when you're aiming down sight. And you want to remove the iron sight. You're gonna add the bastion, and again with this, this is the highest you could get, was the AK Custom Arms ASG 74 Pro. If you don't want to pay for that, you could run the RK3. Saw grip is also a good choice. It's not the best, but it's affordable. For the handguard, we're going to run the Zukov U handguard. You could run any color you want, and then you're gonna put the M-Lock grip on it and a shift. You also want to add the RRD JMac Customs muzzle brake, and then that's it. You could run whatever sight you want. Also, if you want your ergo a little higher, make sure to run the AK-30 mags. So you get 97 ergo out of this. It's 86 recoil, which is pretty high, but in close quarters, it does really well. All right, let's start with the M4. We're gonna do the ergo build. First, you wanna add the Gen 3 upper, and then AR-15 SAI QD10 in. Then you're gonna add the 260mm barrel. This JP Enterprise is very expensive. If you are trying to be on a budget or don't wanna spend 100K, I would run the MK12. JP Enterprise is cheaper if you have your maxed out traders. It's pretty affordable, but if you don't have maxed out traders, I'd run the MK12. For the sake of the video though, we're gonna run the JP Enterprise. Then you wanna add the M-Lock. For ergo, we're gonna run the shift. This one's gonna be unsuppressed, so we're going to run the Boltec muzzle brake with a gel brake. Again, if you have maxed out traders, you're gonna wanna run the black Strike Industries Advanced Buffer Tube and pair that with the MOE stock. That's not the highest ergo, but this will help a lot with the recoil. As for sight, I usually run either a hollow or the compact with a canted sight. As for the grip, this is obviously best in slot. Okay, that's it for the meta ergo build. All right, now we're going to do the recoil build for the M4. This is the lowest possible recoil you can get on the M4. So you want to run the MER upper, the AR-15 SAI 14-inch on this one. Then you want to add the M-Lock 4-inch with an RK2. You also want to add a Avalanche or Raptor. They're both the same. You're also going to want to add the advanced tube and the MOE stock. You could run whatever you want for the grip. I prefer to run this one. We're going to do an unsuppressed variant of this. You want to run the Thunder Beast or the AAC Blackout with the SND6. Alright, so here's the MK47, everybody's favorite gun this way. We're going to do two different variants for this. We're going to do an ergo build and a recoil build since there is so many interchangeable parts on this AK. First, we're going to start with the ergo. So we're going to run the stock barrel that comes on the gun. This is the only handguard that you could use, so the first thing you want to add is the advanced buffer tube with the MOE stock. Same here, you could run whatever. I prefer to run this. Now we're going to add the suppressor. So you could either run the AAC Blackout or the Thunder Beast. I prefer the AAC. So if you didn't want to go suppressed, you could run the Lantac blast mitigation device. That reduces the recoil a lot, and then it gives you a higher ergo as well. Since this is an ergo build, I would recommend running this. The Thunder Beast is a good option as well, but it does give you a pretty high penalty. So yeah, that's the ergo build. Alright, now we're going to do the low recoil build. We're going to start with the advanced buffer tube, everything the same, MOE stock, whatever grip you want. The thing we're going to change on this one is the barrel. We want the 409 barrel, and then the AR-10 Lancer 12-inch handguard. You want to add the M-Lock along with the RK2. If you don't like the RK2, or if it's too expensive, you could run the Zenit RK1 canted. I really like this one. If you're going suppressed, the same deal. It's either the AAC Blackout or the Thunder Beast. Also, if you don't want suppressed, you can just run the Lantac Dragon. You can't run the blast mitigation device on this one, unfortunately. The suppressors do lower the recoil quite a bit though, so I would invest in a suppressor. Yeah, so that's it for the meta MK build.
Alright guys, that's all the meta guns I've been using this wipe. I hope you enjoyed all the builds, and I hope it helps you in your future raids. Keep an eye out for the budget video that I'll be doing next week. Once it's done, I'll link it down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys.